frontier. This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
with the top end of Stevenson,
Welcome to Football Daft, the daftest Scottish football podcast around. My name's Stephen Purden and let's welcome the squad. First, a man who this week was sent to test drive the buses. It's Otto Man himself, it's Grado. What was that about?
I'm actually not even allowed to say, but basically I was learning how to
is it pure showbiz, man? It's to see under wraps, man.
But basically I spent the day yesterday, man, it was amazing. Because I've always wanted to be a bus driver. I know you've heard me say I've always wanted to be a pilot, I've always wanted to be a wrestler. But see, when I was young, mate, you've no idea, I was obsessed with buses, right? I played buses in my gran's bedroom till I was about fucking 14, 15 year old. I loved it. And my Uncle Jimmy stayed with my gran, right? And what I would do is, I'd tell my gran I was away, kind of like, right, I'm away in your bedroom, but I'd sneak into my Uncle Jimmy's, put on his shirt and tie, right? Get my granny's brown washing basket and sit and play buses and do like the full route. I would do a Dawson Chapel Hill Mount in my head all the way up to Kilmarnock.
Basically you're just sitting in a basket, sitting in a
basket was the steering wheel, mate. The basket was the steering wheel. And I used to get my dad to check all the bus yards to try and get me a real steering wheel. But I never ever got one. Right? I wanted to be a bus driver, right? So yesterday I went to one of the biggest bus stations that you ever see in your life, right? And I walked in and I got the uniform and I sat at the cafeteria and I had a pie and sat with all these bus drivers, man, and I pure blended right in, man. Nobody batted an eyelid. And I got a wee lesson and everything. I was driving a single decker, mate. A single decker.
Mate, I can't, mate, you pure, right, don't take this the wrong way, right, but you pure look like a bus driver.
Mate, I know.
You look like
I'm
a
not
bus
taking
driver.
offence to that.
No,
I'm not taking offence.
I came off set yesterday, I was filming, I came off set and I just had like all these messages and all that about you bus driving and all that, and I'm like, what's going on? Mate, I genuinely thought the lockdown had got to you. Like, you just got I thought you'd got a job as a bus driver.
Well, I would do it and
turning your back on showbiz.
It was funny, man, because like all the kind of, there was like the wee office woman, she was saying I was like built like a bus driver and all that. She says I had the right figure for it, right? But see how the guy that was training me, obviously it was for like a filming thing, right? But I was telling him I was in there and he was taking it serious, like, mate, if you want to apply, man. He was gone.
Doing a hard sell.
Aye, he's gone, the pay's no bad. He's like, he goes, and you've took
flexible hours.
he was going, you've took it, neighbour. He goes, some folk come in here and crumble, man. Like I was doing, because you drive out and your shoulder matches the curb, and that's when you start turning. You've got to remember, see, your bus doesn't have an engine in the front like your car, so you've got loads of room at the front, man. It's just amazing learning it all. It was such a buzz. And he was going, mate, you can do weekend work and all that. And I'm going, cool, man.
Do you know what, Ryan, producer Ryan, see when this guy's saying this to him, I know what he'd have been like. Do you know what, mate? I might think about it, man. I could do it. I mean, see the way my work is, I could do things at the weekend. I could do it.
You're digging a hole, man.
I'm telling you, I bet you filled in an application form. I bet you.
Mate, I was put
that's good, man.
It's good, and also I got to take the uniform home, man. I pure walked into my bud, man, like a pure sexy bus driver. I was like, how you doing, man?
Is there such a thing?
That's one on the action. What is it they say? What the bus drivers say? Is that one on the action? This is something like that. What's a bus driver thing, Ryan?
Driver. Is it this one? No, it's an action.
Aye, that's what they say. What other bus driver things do folks say?
I don't know. My dad usually just walks into his work and just asks folk what team they support now. Sorry,
there was all that talk. I got banter with him. I got banter with him. So I did. But anyway, that's my bus driving experience coming soon to
to a television screen or a radio show near you soon. We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But on to other news. Where is Chris Toll? Where is he?
I didn't know that he was on.
You didn't have a fucking clue. There's no point asking you. You didn't even check the group chat. You thought he was coming on today.
I know. What's the deal with the fellow it was?
Do you know something? Do you know? I don't think he likes you anymore, Grado.
Right, that's Boz, man. I think the listeners will think that you and Toll don't like each other, man. It's been quite kind of.
I've enjoyed it, man.
It's been quite heated, but it's
juicy.
getting personal, man. Because that picture.
How's it getting personal?
Just, I don't think you should have said that last night when you said.
You fucking joking?
No,
I've said what to you.
He sent a selfie into the group chat, and you were going, "You're disgusting," and all that.
Oh, I don't know. Now we can't elaborate and divulge what the selfie was because it would make him look even worse than what you're trying to say I make him look. But it wasn't just your average selfie.
Why are you fear to say what he was doing?
Right, I will say it then.
Right,
he was sitting in a shite. Ryan thought he was in the bath.
Maybe it was doing both.
Right, he was sitting on the lavy pan, and I said that thought he was disturbing, and Ryan said he thought he was in the bath.
Anyway,
So, I don't know where he is. I don't know why he's at.
He's just copying us, isn't he? No, you asked for a week off a couple of weeks ago, no? And I had one. And like John's pure, don't know what John's up to these days.
John's fucking working on open goal now. Right, so Si, that's great, Si. Is Slaney coming today, Si? Andy, just go for the top there again, Andy. Fuck off, John.
He's always trying to go. He's always trying to go, and all the old Falkirk players and all that. He's always trying to get. Is it
Kevin McAllister, didn't you?
The Falkirk legends, that.
Aye, Si, I've got a player here, Si. Can we get Crunchy on? Get Crunchy on.
Is it
Crunchy?
Oh, he was a Haddy. That's so funny, man.
No, but I don't know where John's still busy doing the biggest project that's ever happened in Scottish radio or something now.
I like Tottenham.
Toll doesn't say what he's doing, he just said he's really busy this week. So, right, Scottish football this week. What's been happening? Scotland qualified for the Euros, and myself, Ryan, Toll, John, sat up and get pished and done a wee special podcast for Scotland Daft, but you were probably into your third doors kit.
Are you kidding me on? You've done a Scotland Daft?
Aye.
When?
The night we qualified, at like 12:15 at night.
You're joking, did you?
No, we did. We was in the group chat, mate.
Hey, I don't mind, but I didn't know you'd done that. How'd you just ask me?
We did.
Fuck it, we did. It's in the group chat.
You just didn't need to chat again.
All right, okay.
Aye.
So what did he
You were
say?
either watching The Sopranos or the Hearts documentary, or just fucking like flicking through old videos of yourself on YouTube or something.
More likely to be that, mate.
I know, because you said, Stephanie said, I'm not fucking watching videos of you all night. Remember that video you sent us last week? Graham, I'm not doing fucking Grado videos all night.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. See, any time I get a drink in me, see, I'd say about 2 hours into it, and that, I'd be like that with the remote, hovering YouTube like that. Just one, man. I'll just put on this one. I've not showed you this one yet.
Great, at least you've got like good videos of yourself wreshling that. Oh, I days like for myself on the WWE Network and just see if I pop up in the crowd.
Oh, the Zoom. Oh, hi.
Wait, that video you sent us, man, I felt a bit sorry for Stephanie, man, because I could see, like, I know what it's like working with you quite a lot, man, and we need to sit and look at videos of you constantly, like, no, just watch this bit. No, Bob, just watch this bit. Just watch this bit. Can't get that your missus, mate.
Shah says I take folk hostage. I take folk hostage to the couch.
No, do you know what? Shah Samuel's out there. If you're listening out there, you're bang on. I'm sure you're an avid listener of Football Daft. Anyway, Scotland qualified for the Euros. Mate, they qualified for the Euros. We had a bevy. No together. We were sitting in the house and we were in a group chat. Obviously, it was a big game. Remember you left the chat. Done a wee sensational exit for half an hour.
Aye, what was that again? Because what was it I said?
You were asking questions about the qualifiers and all that. We were trying to say you like, aye.
That wound me up, man. That really wound me up. Because you were pure. I like when he's alright teasing me that I don't know about football and all that, but that one really pissed me off because I knew he's didn't understand what I was talking about. It was basically like, I was basically asking, why would this? I didn't think it took till March of the year to qualify. So I was thinking, how is it taking this? Do you know? In fact, forget about it. I just made an arse and I get pissed off.
Do you know what, mate? Do you know what? Right. Scotland haven't qualified for a major tournament since 1998. We're in the middle of the game. It's tense. We're winning. You're like 20 minutes away, and fucking Grado comes in with a fucking atomic bomb trying to get something explained to him, man. And he's went in a huff because we're like, mate, get the fuck, the game's on. And then you left the chat, and you know what? No cunt cared apart from me.
That's annoying.
Aye, that's not true. I missed him.
Aye, we all said what happened to Grado, but then nobody really bothered after that, so I had to send you a voice note individually going, what are you doing? He sends me back, no mate, I always do this.
No, pure tatty, turn it round.
And then I didn't reply to him again, then he sent his one about 10 minutes later. Right, I'm fed up with this now, get John to get back in it.
Oh, but it was a good wee celebration, even if we are the biggest fucking hypocrites in the land, and I had my hands up, man.
Mate,
there's Ryan doing it for he bought a fucking a Scotland tap 10 minutes before kick-off, know what I mean?
Aye, mate, I do that regularly. I get right on the bandwagon with something. Total bandwagon jumper.
I'm fucking finished with him now until the summer.
But it was good. Don't get me wrong, right? It felt good and it was good. Did you jump a bit?
No.
Oh, did you jump a bit?
No.
Did you jump a bit, Ryan?
I did, I went mental.
I just went, I was literally on the edge of my seat. See, I don't know this, mate, if you've done the Scotland Daft podcast, we done, what I mean? But I was sitting on the edge of my seat. Nicola was up and down, and then she come down and ended up sitting watching the rest of it ways. And when Marshall saved that, I did kind of, yes, but I didn't. It wasn't like big Goldson scoring the second goal at Parkhead. Yes, jumping a bit mental, know what I mean? But it was, sorry, Ryan.
I was shite that one.
But it was like, it was a wee, it's probably the most animated I've ever been watching a Scotland game. Let's put it that way.
Oh, no, certainly since I was a Wayne man. I mean, I jump about that, run about, but I'll admit I'm a hypocrite because I don't really bother with international football, but that was, we needed something like that. But because even just like the way the country's been in the last week, man, there's been a bit of a buzz. Everybody's together. You know, we're all kind of wanting to see Scotland do well. There's a song that I can boogie. There's just a pure, has lifted the nation, that man so has.
Aye. Then they get pumped twice.
Aye.
The fucking cunt to hang over the wall head, man. It's that night, the fuck telling you, man, they've been rough as fuck. But we're there, and it should be a laugh. We're going down to London to play England and all that, so it should be good. But it's this weekend.
I see. Sorry, just before we go, I see folk talking about they want to go to Wembley and all that. I don't want to, man. I want to go to Spain, Magaluf, and watch it in a Scottish bar or something like that, down the beach or what. You want
to go to Spain and hang about with Maria, man, and fucking boogie all night, man.
Well, mate, I've spoken to her once already this week. We're going to speak to her later on in the show, aren't we?
Possibly, if she's.
I'm not even going to. I see when she comes on. I'm not even going to ask her if she remembers me. She'll never remember me. Going to sort of swinging your chair, mate. It's kind of game in the book a wee bit.
Aye. Well, how's your sickness? Is that way?
What? What are you talking about?
How's your sickness? You were sick
fine
last
now.
night?
I'm fine now. Don't you bring it up.
Right. This weekend, right, troops. Do you know something? Right, it's been again, we're getting into fucking lockdown on Friday. It's no nice, right?
Well, you're North Ayrshire, isn't he?
Oh, aye. That's weird, that, man, because you're
brag about it, mate. Brag about it.
Irvine Mall is going to be the only shopping centre opened in the west of Scotland.
Aye.
I mean, it's full of pound shops and all that, but I mean, it's quite interesting. Anyway, when you go, sorry, I keep cutting you off, mate.
Right, it's all right, mate. Real football is back this weekend. I'm buzzing. Celtic away to Hibs, Rangers at home to Aberdeen. That is a fucking big weekend, isn't it? That is a big weekend.
It's going to be hard.
What do you think, Ryan? You confident?
Ask me 5 minutes into the game. Saturday, and I'll let you know.
What's happening with Christopher Ayer and El Yunusi? What's happening there? Because there was a bit of, don't know, in Norway, wasn't there? Was a bit of the old COVID kicking about. Are they all right? They're available?
They're available. They had to get checked by the government because they were coming back early, but they've allowed them to play the game. So that was a massive bonus for us because I could be going with Shane Duffy again. Just kind of do it.
Well,
so, is that 100% they can play?
Yep, confirmed.
I'm fucking gutted about that. I'm not happy about that.
I'll tell you what, Bob, there's just something about this season that obviously I'm enjoying because we're top of the league, but I'm fevered again for Sunday, man. Roll on the football.
So am I.
Back. I just can't wait for it. And I think it's going to be tasty, man. And I think Celtic will get 3 points and Rangers will get 3 points. It'll be tough games for the two of them, but I think this is, I think it will be hard, but it will be hard. It'll be.
I think Aberdeen game's going to be hard.
It's going to be a tough one, so it is. But bring it on, I'm mega looking forward to it.
I think it's just one of the ones. It's like, I don't know, me and my mates were saying that, like, there's no, obviously with everything that's going on, there's no much to look forward to. The football, man, plus, like you say, Grado, we're tap, It's like the old days. It's like you're going like Celtic on a Saturday. We're going to beat Hibs, I think. And then it's on to us. It's that kind of, remember the old days with like O'Neill and McLeish and all that? It's getting back to that a wee bit.
Because it's like, do you know, even just looking back at last year, you were bamming up about the Hearts documentary, but seen the 2 episodes?
I've not watched it yet, mate. I need to get in and watch it, man. I need to.
That's such a big difference for Rangers, even for last year, man, because the games that they showed was, I think, how many times did Rangers drop points to Hearts last season? I'm sure.
Mate, Hearts totally derailed their season.
Fuck, I'm telling you, I can actually remember that was the kind of moment. Did we no play Hearts in January, and I think they equalised in the second half, and then did they not go to win the game 2-1? I think that did happen, didn't it? Was it 2-1?
Was that the Scottish Cup replay at Tynecastle?
I'm sure I remember dropping points. I could be wrong. But I just remember, I just had that feeling that I had the season before at Rugby Park, and it gives me the fear of watching the games back. But I don't think we've got that. I think we've
sorted. We're a different animal this season. We are.
Animal.
I hope so. I mean, this is like, I don't know, man. I'm just a wee bit apprehensive. I don't like. Well, no, I know that I don't like. We need to win these kind of games, but it's like a wee mini break for us. You know what we're like, we come back for breaks. Do you know what I mean? We don't want any fucking... We need to keep... The momentum was there, man. Finishing the fucking 8-0 hammering in Hamilton. We need to get back with that intensity on Sunday, because Celtic are going to win on Saturday, I think, man. Definitely.
Aye.
That's it. I'm fucking nervous, man. I'm nervous.
I'm saying absolutely nothing before this game because I stop making comments on whether Celtic are going to win or not because it always bites me in the arse.
No, do it, Ryan. What do you think? Come on. Boys in the vibes, man.
It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a really tough game. I'm kind of the same as you. I think we will win, but I think it's not going to be as comfortable as people think it will be. I think it's going to be a scrappy 1-0, late on goal. Us battering them for 90 minutes and, probably getting to like 60th minute, struggling to put the ball in the back of the net. I think it's going to be one of them there.
Then fucking Griffiths comes on and scores, man. And he's winning it 2 or 3-1. Aye, probably, man.
But it's the same with Ibrox and all. I can't see it being it'll not be easy for us, So
no, Aberdeen are looking well organised, man. They do look decent. And McCrory can't play, but can he?
Nah.
So that's decent.
I never realised you're actually playing Aberdeen until I looked at the fixtures. For some reason, I thought it was like Hamilton for some reason, even though it was just them. But I thought it was like another team. But when I seen it was Aberdeen, I thought, oh, right, that'll be a juicy game.
Mm-hmm. It will be. And it's on the telly. It's on Sky.
Oh, right.
Sunday at 12.
Right, breaking news, troops. While we were just loading up the old Zoom chat, it has been announced that Rangers players Jordan Jones and George Edmondson have been given a 7-game ban for breaking coronavirus protocols. They deserve it when it comes away, didn't they?
I absolutely agree, mate. And I see there's a couple of troops in the group chat that are giving it, how come they got this and other players got that, but there's no defending it at the end of the day.
There's no defending it, but why did Aberdeen players only get a 3-game ban?
Mate, do you know what? Right, I know you're saying that, Bob, right, but I think at that time there was a sort of... There is a constant confusion with it, all right? There is. But I think at that time, was it no, just when the boozers had started opening up and whatever?
Maybe.
I personally think with Jones and Emerson doing that so far into this when they've seen everybody else get their wrist fucking tanned for it. No tanned, would you call it? Scalped, wrist slapped and all that. Right? What the fuck? Come on. They've kissed.
They deserve everything, man. And I think, like we've said, we spoke about it before. I think Jones is finished. Edmondson, Katic comes back for injury. You've got Balogun there. You've got Goldson. You've got Harlander. Edmondson should be fucking doing everything they can to stay in Gerrard's good books because that's a department where we're overran by quality. To be fair, so he's lucky if he's going to get in the squad again. You know what I mean?
I mean, as I say, I have no sympathy towards him, but I mean, I do feel it more with Edmondson just because we know we've had a kind of a taste of Jones's character in it. I feel bad.
Aye. No, you're right. I know what you're saying, mate.
You know what I mean?
Aye, I totally see what you're saying, mate.
You know what I mean? As I said, Gerrard can't be asked with all that. He doesn't like that. It's heard him say before, you've got 10 years playing as a football player. Keep the heat for the 10 years. Don't do anything stupid.
Aye,
and what they done that night, man, you know, because they'll never play for a bigger team than Rangers after this. I don't see them going to do that. So it's a daft mistake. We've got 7-game punishment. Move on for it. Whatever. I'm sure. I don't think it would have affected our next 7 games anyway. I don't think. I mean, Jones would be good to have there. We're solid at the back now anyway. So, but it's just.
We're fighting. I mean, it's not as if fucking Jones has hardly played any part in any fucking Gerrard era. So to be fair, he's fucked it for himself. And Edmondson, like I say, he's came from fucking Oldham, young boy. He's been fucking stupid. No, not that young. He's old enough to know what he's done is fucking stupid. But again, like you said, mate, you're bang on. They'll not play for bigger clubs than Rangers. So fuck them.
They're going to have to live with that, man. It must be a horrible, horrible feeling because we've all made mistakes. But there you have it.
But the Betfred Cup draw was made as well, and I think that's how producer John, we've not seen him since this draw's been made. And it's the old football daft derby. Rangers are away to Falkirk. Celtic getting the luck of the draw again at home to Ross County. You know what I mean?
Oh, we need to do something with old John, man.
Aye.
We need to say
old John! Old John! Like, he's a fucking Uncle Nobby, man. Pure old John. We need to do something with old John.
Yeah, man, old John. Get him on his fucking webcam, man. Bam him up, man.
He's fucking rocking and rolling all night with the beers and all that. Fucking old John.
He's been loving it, hasn't he, man? He's you know, got like a wee beer hanging all that, man. I bet he's been loving life the last week, man. Pure playing that Yes Sir I Can Boogie, man. Just constant his motor and all that. Getting his mates to sing it and all that.
One more time, come on. Yes, sir.
Brilliant.
Away to Falkirk, but it's another dodgy pitch, but they've got an artificial pitch, haven't they?
Right. That's a pain in the arse.
Sure they have.
That's a
home
pain
to
in
Ross
the arse.
County, Brian. Saturday.
Should be easy enough, shouldn't it?
Defending another trophy again. You know what I mean, the defence of another trophy.
Aye, I seen they've set the date as well for the Scottish Cup final.
What is it? The 20th of December?
Aye, something like that. 20th of December. That'll be either a really good Christmas or a really pish Christmas.
He's going to beat Hearts. He's going to beat Hearts, man.
Mate, like I said to you earlier on, I don't take anything for granted this season. Any of the results, I'll take everything I can get.
That's a fucking shoe fees, man, I'm telling you.
That's a bit right up for it, but man, they beat Hibs in the semi-final, and I think, come on, this is easily, it's a big game for Celtic as well, but with the year that Hearts have had, Robbie Nielsen, he's got his men in fine shape. I fucking hate talking about football.
Do you think if it's a draw late on, Craig Gordon will come up for a corner again?
Remember that, aye. I can't just think it would have been a harder final for you if you were playing Hibs. Ironically, that Hearts beat Hibs, but I still think he's a walk away at Hearts one a day.
Probably.
A day. So, on the show today, we are joined by former Rangers, Wolves and Aberdeen player who is now reserve manager at Motherwell. It is Maurice Ross. And the Football Daft open line is back. And once again, we are looking for your questions for our top team. That's me and Grado, by the way. And Alex from Trademates Sports gives us his latest tips for a bit of bookie bashing. And in this week's big question, we are asking for your craziest celebration stories. After seeing a guy on Twitter celebrate Scotland making the Euros by getting the scoreline tattooed on him. And we might even get him on for a chat as well.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Call them now on 01698 767 172.
Right, Football Daft fans, we need to remind you each and every week about G4 Claims, because if you've been in a road traffic accident and it's not your fault, don't be going to your insurance company, don't be getting your premium sky high. Why not use G4 Claims? Because they're going to make it a hell of a lot easier for you. They provide you with complete accident management support that you need. They're going to recover the cost for the at-fault party. And while they're dealing with your motor, they're going to send you a vehicle that's very much like your own. So it's a vehicle replacement, a like-for-like vehicle replacement. They're going to organise your vehicle to be repaired at one of their approved body shops. And should your vehicle be in the right half, then they're going to recover the pre-accident value for your car. Then they'll write you a big fat cheque, and best of it, it doesn't cost you a penny, basically. They charge the insurance directly. They don't cold call you. They're not going to buy your data. And once they've processed your claim, your insurance, that's not going to be touched. And the best thing is, Nicole and the team are there. They're not going to take your case off. They're not going to be taking your case on if they don't think that they can help. So if you've been in a road traffic accident or you know somebody that has, get on to G4 Claims on 01698 172. That's 01698 767 172. Their website's notatfaultclaim.com, or you can find them on social media at G4 Claims Limited, because G4 Claims, not at fault claims.
Made easy.
Right, welcome to the Football Daft Open Line, where anything goes. This is the part of the show where we give you the chance to ask our panel absolutely anything. You can talk football if you wish, but we'll accept it. You can throw it as, River City, Scott Squad, wrestling, food, flying if you want. Let's meet the superstar panel. First up, Stephen Keevins.
Nice to see you all. Nice to see you all.
And Graham Sutton. How you doing?
Oh, terrible part, but how you doing?
You loved it last week, shit.
Nah, I did like it last week, but
Yeah, Graham, don't be offending anybody this week, mate.
What's that?
Don't be offending anybody.
Okay, what's he like, man? Fuck's sake. Right, on you go.
Right, we'll get to our first caller then. So first up, we've got Kevin Devine, who's got a question for Grado.
It's the chef.
How we doing?
The chef.
How you doing, mate? You alright?
Yourself?
I'm good, mate. I do like his second name. That's an idea I always had. If I was going to change my wrestling name up, I would change it to Champus Divine.
Champus Divine?
I've always had that in the back. Because sometimes you need... Anyway, there you go.
So that's me changing my name now, cheers.
Kevin, what's your question?
Right, obviously you're a new captain.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had a private jet, my man, what would your destination be, and what 5 people would you take with you, and why?
Oh, that's a good question.
Can't it be any of the boys for the Football Daft, so...
Right, okay, so I take it, is it like celebrities and you let use deed folk and all that, aye?
Yeah, but who you want to be, mate?
Right, I would go to... I'd fly to Vegas. But I don't know if you could get to Vegas in a private jet. I'd probably need to stop off somewhere. Probably somewhere just before you hit America. What do you call that area? That kind of airspace you need to hit there because you need to refuel. So I'd fly to Vegas, and the 5 folk that I would bring with me. Fucking these questions do my tits. And I've had this before. Who would you want come dine with me and all this carry on in it? Who would I want?
Dinner party and all that.
Right, okay, first one, without a doubt, I'd want to show off my flying skills to Alan McCoist. He would need to be there, man. He could be my first officer.
That's what I was going to be my first person, McCoist.
First officer, Alan McCoist is definitely there. I've got to say, who else? I'd need to take a wrestler with me, without a doubt. What wrestler would I take with me? I mean, my favourite wrestler of all time is The Rock, but he's been a wee bit a pain in the arse on Instagram and all that. He's too kind of, hi, welcome to the channel, that kind of way. I don't think The Rock is as cool as what he was 20 years ago. Same with Undertaker as well. I would maybe like to kind of chow his ear in a long haul flight, but he's sitting on TikTok now and on Instagram, so kind of I went off him a wee bit.
Jumping about with fucking Yeezys on.
Yeezys and all that, working out with his bird on Instagram when he should be sitting in some kind of cellar with his like bandana on, and he's kind of, you know what I mean? He should be Undertaker. Anyway. What? All right, I'll bring in. All right, you want me to take Taker's bird with me?
Take his bird. Take his bird.
So Super Ali, Taker's bird, Larry David. I'd love. Although with Larry David is my hero, but I reckon he would think I was a pain in the arse. I don't think he'd have time for me. But I would.
Mate, it would be like the episode where Ricky Gervais meets him.
Aye.
He'd think you're like Ricky Gervais, man. He'd fucking try and. I don't think he'd like you.
Nah, I think he'd like me either, but I'd take him. So where we go? How many? Was it 5 folks? So we've got Super Ali, Taker's bird, Larry David. I'd take Jerry Pelini with me. I need a good hour. I need a good hour.
No, Kevin said you're not allowed to take any Football Daft boys. Pelini's part of the Football Daft family.
Man.
He does.
Does he count as Football Daft?
Nah, I'm kidding on. You can take him.
Jerry Pelini. So how many have I got now? I've got one left, haven't I? One left. Two. What kind of things do you need, man, for a long flight and a smash after a bit? Well, I can't drink because I'm flying. Even though I've been autopilot, it's fucking easy.
I'm not actually asked the questions pretty decent, to be fair. So.
Say that again?
Says the cunt that asked the questions pretty decent.
You want to come to mate?
I mean, I've not been to Vegas, so.
I would break. Right, okay. I don't know if I'd. No. I mean, I see you every week on this fucking podcast, mate.
That's true.
No, do you know what? Listen to this, right? I think this is nice. Do you know who I would take as my fifth? Right, listen to this. I'd take Old John the producer.
Oh, John, that's his new name. Oh, John.
I would take John, man, just because he would love.
You're not allowed to take care of football daft boys, Kevin.
Oh, what the man?
John's never fucking here now anyway, so...
I'm offended, mate. I am offended.
No.
Ryan's going to storm off.
Because I could just see John getting a couple of hoffs in him and like talking to the Undertaker and that and trying.
Larry, remember that episode, Larry?
Aye.
You ever think about taking Kirk to Glasgow?
Aye. Taker, tell me about this match with Kane. How was that for you? You know what I mean? So there's my five. Producer John, Jerry Pallooni, Larry David, Super Ali, and Taker's Bird. What that day? We're going to Vegas.
By
the way, I will be back on Twitch soon. I had some issues with my broadband this week, so I've as I say, I've taken my green screen down and all that. So I'll be back on Twitch sometime soon. I've not been on it for 2 weeks. I knew this would happen. Man. I knew it. I shouldn't have changed my Instagram logo. I knew I'd date for about 3 times, then I get pissed off with it and no date anymore. But I'll get back in the seat soon.
Cheers, Kevin, mate. Thanks a lot, bud.
See you next week. Cheers.
Yeah.
Caller number 2 then, Stephen McKay. He's got a question about Scotland and something else.
That is cool facial hair, man. That is cool.
Yeah.
All right. He's got a bit better.
I like that.
Never mind the facial hair. Is that a retro 90s or 80s referee tap?
No, it's a Scotland 1990 training tap.
That's in Scotland training tap, you fucking mad. A referee tap.
Let's look at the referee tap.
That's a belt on the top, man. Old school, mate.
That's one of the ones you get to a country or Asia where you keep it quiet.
That's Cole's game, man. That's Cole's game, man. That's all he does is sit and order mad taps, doesn't he?
Oh, he's on the beer now and on, mate.
I can't shush, my boss might be watching. I'm supposed to be working.
What's happening, my man?
Well, skiving for work, and that's about it.
I think you can't say what you do now.
It's probably best I don't.
Because he's beving. Steve, what's your question for the guys, mate?
Right. I've got 25 questions, so I'll first run pretty quick.
All right.
Stephen, you need to give up one, Riverside or Rangers. What one do you give up?
Oh, that's hard, mate.
In fact, sorry, you need to give up Acton or Rangers, no just River City.
But that makes it easier, Hank. Because I know what he's going to say. Yeah. If he says Acton, he says he would give up Acton, but he said he will not give up River City, but because he'll be feared in case the directors are watching and all that.
Oh my God, man!
You can still watch the games on TV, but you can't go to the games.
Oh man, right. I need to stick with Acton. It's my job. It's my bread and butter. It's my Wayne's livelihood. It's my Wayne's. I don't know, but. Oh no! Right, because do you know what? I'm with the whole lockdown carry on. I'm getting used to go to the games. I bought a big projector and all that. I watch the games in the house. I don't work weekends, so right there we go. I
think you've just sacked for Rangers Daft then, haven't you?
Fuck mate, if I'm sacked, there's no Rangers Daft then. If it's left to fucking Grado.
That's fair enough. What else to go? Grado, what's your favourite Shania Twain song?
My favourite Shania Twain song?
Aye.
Well, to be honest with you, I watched Shania Twain live in Las Vegas on Sky Arts. You can download that, and I wish I'd say the best one, because I think I fast forwarded it to it, is fucking Man, I Feel Like a Woman. That's a fucking screamer. Man, I'm feeling kind of shy. I know I'm gonna scream and shout.
Fucking feeling kind of shy.
Grado, you just know, man, if your boss at the pavilion's hearing this, you're singing that in panto next year.
I'm feeling kind of shy.
There's some of the tits on and all that. Aye, so that's my favourite Shania song.
We went to see her in Glasgow, and we ended up on the kiss cam on the screen. And then my missus sat down and left me snoring.
Brilliant, man.
Jealous.
Any other questions, Stephen? Is that
it? Not good questions, but I want to poise up into something.
Go for it.
Was it the show last week before the Scotland game? They're all like, oh, we're jumping the bandwagon, we're glory hunters.
I know it's coming.
I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off, guys.
Right, I'm going to hold my hands up, Stephen, right? See, if I could go back in time and do that show again, I would still say the same thing. Because I can't, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I am a glory hunter. And I said it earlier on to the boys, I'm fucking finished with Scotland now until the summer. The last 2 games, mate, it's like they had me up there, and then the last 2 games, I'm like, what's the point?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye, I would
mate, I jumped in the bandwagon, I did.
Aye, I'm a big piece of shit as well. It's the same with likes of the Buffs. I've not been at the Buffs in a good couple of years, right? And I know if they start winning games and they get to the Scottish Cup final and stuff like that, I'll be there. You know what I mean? I just get caught in amongst it last week. So, but I mean, I did look at. I mean, it was a boring game on Sunday. I caught the last 10 minutes of the game last night because I was doing wrestling daft. But well, it was a good experience last week. Well, obviously we support Scotland. It's just I can understand why folk will hate us for this. I do.
Aye.
Take it to try to move on.
Plus, we're Rangers fans. You know what I mean? The Scotland fans are never going to love us, are they?
Aye.
You know what I mean? But I can see Grado down in London next year, man, with a fucking kilt on and the fucking Hey You Jimmy hat and bagpipes, then a Shania Twain song and the bagpipes, Nora. No.
Well, leopard kilt.
So, Stephen, I take it, before obviously all this happened, lockdown, that you go to all the Scotland games, Nora?
No, I just bought 3 strips after they qualified.
Fair enough.
Hey, brilliant. Cheers, Stephen.
No, not a problem. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Stephen.
Mate, thanks, that was brilliant, mate. Cheers, mate. See you later, bud.
And last up then, boys, we've got Callum. He's a Celtic fan, but this question is about food.
Tidy, that'll do me.
Food, right up Graham Street.
Absolutely. There we
There we
go.
go.
There you go.
Tidy.
Go on, mate, go right.
Aye, not bad, mate, yourself.
Aye, good, mate, good. All good.
I wasn't sure whether I was waiting a while there and I was like, do I hang up and phone back or just wait?
Mate, the guy we had on before, you had about 80 questions, man.
No. You're sitting there getting tanked up.
Right, on you go, mate. What's your question then?
Right, my question. You've got 1 day left on this lovely planet, but you're going to have 1 set of meals left.
Mm-hmm.
Grado especially, you like your food. You've got your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. I'll even chuck in a wee pudding, right, just to be nice. What's your final meals?
Right, okay, that's a good one, right. So, I've got to be honest with you. See, my breakfast, what I'm going for, without a doubt, a double sausage and egg McMuffin with a hashed brown. In fact, 2 hashed browns, and it's my last one, tomato sauce, and a latte, and a drink of juice. Then I go to the candy bar for a yum-yum. So that's my breakfast at the road, right? Am I getting my lunch?
Oh, you're getting your lunch, mate. You're getting your lunch. Right?
No, for my lunch, I want to keep myself right for my dinner. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to spoil it. I want to be starving by the time my dinner comes at night so I can enjoy it. Well, because that's what I've noticed recently, right? Like, I need to learn to stop eating, kind of, right? Because it's such a good feeling, like being hungry for something. Do you get what I mean by that? Like, see if you eat all day and you get to just eat, it's fucking, what's the point? You want to be fucking mega starving for it. But there is, just to go off on a wee tangent here, there is a trick to it. What you should do is, if you've got an empty belly, right, before your main course, see half an hour before you have your big dinner, eat a wee bit of bread or a wee bit of cold meat, something to open up your belly. Because see if you've no ate all day, your belly fucking, what's the opposite for swelling?
Shrinks.
Shrinks. Your belly shrinks, right? So, anyway, for my lunch, I'm going to ask for, and I'm only saying this now because I've got a wee notion for one now. That's probably
a wee bit of bread.
No.
A pot noodle.
And this will surprise you, right? I would say for my lunch, I'd go for a baked tatty.
Right.
For a baked tatty. Because I'm not going to fucking, who the fuck's that from me? I'm not going to, I want to keep myself right, so I'd have a baked tatty. I don't know if it would be with cheese or coleslaw, probably tuna mayonnaise because I've had cheese at my breakfast, and I'm going to be having cheese definitely for my main course, my last main course. And for my main course, I reckon I'm going to have, and I take it, am I allowed to go to more than one takeaway, or what's, I'm trying to think.
This is your final meal, Grado, come on.
Final meal, right.
Whatever you want, mate.
Right. I would need to have a big plate, right? A big massive plate. and I'd have a medium rare fillet steak there. I'd have a portion of chips, cheese, and doner meat with garlic sauce. I'd have a side order of 4 cheese macaroni with parmesan on the top, probably chorizo for it. I need to get chorizo one more time. And a fish supper, right? No, a fish supper and a half pizza supper and a fritter roll with a tub of curry sauce and 5 pickles and a bottle of red cola. And then for my dessert, I would have
a fucking heart attack.
I would say for my last one, I've got to have sticky toffee pudding with ice cream, a bit of tablet on the side, and I'd need to have a freezing cold Galaxy Caramel there for me and all.
You're having all this in the one day?
You already? Is that on one day?
Dynamite? That's what I'm missing doing it.
Fucking hell, man. I can't follow that, mate.
Nothing to wash it down.
Aye, red cola.
He's got his red cola.
Red cola, but I do like my cans of Diet Coke. I'd probably have a crate of Diet Coke and all, because I fucking nail through.
He's watching the calories.
Mm-hmm. Aye. Well, I don't like the taste. I don't like the. I would need actually Diet Coke to wash down my red cola, because red cola makes me dry. See, normal fatty juice, I can't cleanse my first with it, so I would need the Diet Coke there as well. That's the kind of tactic there. So there you have it, Megan. What do you think?
Perfect. you were loving that there. You were right. Like you were looking down as if
in the zone. Stephen, what are you having? Bowl of porridge?
Oh my God, man. Right. Right. Breakfast, 2 poached eggs and toast. Right, definitely. Lunch, like Grado was saying, I like to be hungry at my dinner. Lunchtime, I might just have like a fucking tub of super noodles or something, like chicken or curry flavour, super noodles, with a wee can of orange San Pellegrino. Grado knows I love that.
Oh, fuck.
Have that, right? Then when it comes to dinner time, that's when I'm going to go to town. I'm going to get a mixed satay with curry sauce, no prawns, just chicken and beef, curry sauce, portion of salt and chilli chicken, chips, and a bottle of Moretti.
Aye, I want hang with I know actually. I want a bottle of Blue Moon, and I also want what do you call it? I want spare ribs as well.
Oh, spare ribs. Barbecue spare ribs. Do you know what, Greg? You know what, mate? I'll get the spare ribs, mate. You can have one of mine, mate.
Right, that's what we'll do. Right, we'll share that. Sharesies.
Yeah, aye. I'll have a bit of your fish supper and all.
I don't know about that. Right, cool.
Mate, well to that question.
Aye, that was good, mate.
That's the way different, doesn't it?
Aye, mate, I'm fed up talking about fucking Anne Budge and all that. So cheers, mate. Thanks very much.
Aye, no worries.
Cheers, mate. All the best, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot, bud. Cheers.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Cheers later.
Yeah, mate.
Right,
there you go, boys. That's another Football Daft open line. It's good to get some variety this week, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Man, it's nice.
Aye, I enjoyed that. It was a wee bit of, I mean, it's not every day you have a phone in where you talk about tattoo. No, what was it? Shania Twain, fish suppers, satties, fucking.
To be fair,
Rangers
it is on this show, isn't it?
Aye. Power of podcast, Power of Football Daft. Thanks again, everybody. And if you get your questions, fire them into old John or Ryan at the team.
Oh, John!
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Find them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at G4 Claims Limited.
At Football Daft, we want to help you out with this brand new way to beat the bookies. Tradematesports.com. It's a new tool for sports traders that calculates the true odds of a sports event and signals when the bookies make mistakes so you can exploit them using value betting. In betting markets, there are a few market leaders that the rest of the market follows, and Trademate Sports have worked to identify these market leaders, which has enabled them to calculate the true odds in different sports markets. The true odds being the odds that most accurately reflects the actual probability of an outcome. Now, because bookmakers offer different odds on the same games, insufficiencies occur in sports betting markets. Their algorithm compares the true odds to the odds of more than 100 bookmakers to look for deviations, then signals these deviations in real time, enabling you to exploit them, which what it's all about. And here is Alex for Trademate Sports to give you his tip for the weekend.
G'day Football Daft listeners, thank bloody God the international break is over and we're back into some Premier League and Scottish Premier League, all these things are back. Got some tips for you this week. We've got Newcastle versus Chelsea. In this one we're going for over 2.75 goals at odds of 1.95 or better. That would be good. And then we've got Tottenham versus Man City, big game in the EPL, under 3 goals at 1.98. Try find prices of those or better, and that'll help you out with your long-term punting. And if you're looking to find lots of value bets, hundreds every weekend, make sure to head over to the Trademates Sports website and start a free week trial. See you guys next week.
So get involved with TrademateSports.com right now and support Football Daft by checking out the link in the episode bio or heading to our social media, Football Daft Pod on Twitter, or just plain old Football Daft on Facebook. Let's get bookie bashing, troop.
Football Daft's big question.
This week's big question comes from something we've seen on Twitter after Scotland qualified for the Euros. A lad called Joe Ross got the Scotland score tattooed on his thigh, the goal scorers, penalties, the lot. You can check it out on our Football Daft Twitter. And Joe actually joins us now. There he is.
How you doing, Joe?
Fair technical difficulties, some builders in.
That's all right. What's happening? How's your tattoo, mate? All right? How's your tattoo?
Good. It's all right.
Watch yourself. That's the boys. Watch it easy.
My computer isn't living, so I've had to do it off my phone, mate. Pure scatterbrain today.
Yeah, let's see how this deal with the tattoo. So did you get it? Is it your pal that did it? I don't know the full story. I've just seen pictures of it, man. It's brilliant. But what did you do? Did you just book it in like that night, or what was the deal?
Oh no, I mean I done it on the day. No, so the backstory is where the 2017 game at Hampden, England Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
We were all going to that, and I had Swallies, and me and my mate said to each other, right, we'll get a tattoo if Scotland win. We'll just get something Scotland win, and then we went 2-1 up against them. Griffiths' second free kick, and Hampden went fucking nuts, man, going crazy. And right, we're going to get a tattoo, and then fucking Harry Kane, big slabbery mouth scored.
You fucking up the part, fucking shut
I know, it's the last minute, typical us, but innit, last minute, pure fucked it. But so that game, there was no talk yet after that, but we always said, man, we'll get a tattoo or something. And we went to Belgium. We follow Tartan Army, kind of try everywhere I can. And we went to Belgium and that, and we were talking about different tattoo ideas and that. Just daft shit, and I'm mad at it. And then comes to obviously last Thursday. Not even I had a thought in my head like maybe if we win we'll get a tattoo, but I didn't know what a Jinx is. Last time I said I was going to get a tattoo, I jinxed it, man.
Aye.
No jinx and no nothing like that on Thursday. There it was just pure wrap myself in cotton wool. Don't talk to anybody about the game. Just pure try to keep it quiet. So game is done, man. We've won. All going nuts. And my pal's like, well, may as well get a tattoo then. Right, may as well, aye. But I was plastered, mate. I was in my bed for 12 o'clock, whitey everywhere. I took this too far on Thursday. took Friday morning off work. Woke up, man, banging sore head in the morning. And I was like, fuck it, I'm getting this tattoo, man. So I started scribbling down ideas and that, sent it in at my pals. I was like, yeah, boys, I'm going to go get a tattoo. And like, no, you won't, be fuck's sake. Get a grip of yourself, you're just hungover. I still try to bang it up. Phoned a couple of tattoo shops. Like, we're looking to get a tattoo. Scotland won last night. No, we don't do football tattoos.
Well, you hear that everywhere, didn't you?
Really?
Aye, I've see when I get my tattoos, those guys always moaning, I don't do football. Oh, right, okay.
Aye, but I'm in there just because if the time cans a monster and listen to Slipknot and
So what did you do? Did you just take a picture of it and then fire up on internet, Twitter? What was the deal?
No, well, so I'm on the Tartan Army page on Facebook, and I just put it in, a picture of it. Put up my story and that, and Snapchat and that, and everybody was saying, you're a fan and that. Nothing I've not heard before, obviously. And I was like, I'll phone a Super Scoreboard and say I've got a tattoo and that and see what they say. And then I phoned up and the guy was like, hello, and I was like, Joe for Royce, and I think the boy was like, oh Christ, it's him again. So, but I said, send us a photo, so I sent it to Clyde SSB, and the boy phoned us right back and went, listen mate, we've got this photo, you're going on the radio next. So I'm actually walking around with bags of shopping trying to talk to Hugh Keevans. about my tattoo.
Is there nobody that said, "Oh man, get in there, well done"? Because I think that stuff's quality.
Most of it, I mean, if you just seen all the slag inside.
Well, usually when somebody puts something like that up, folk will go, "Oh, Daft," and all that.
Right, so obviously it says Euro 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the main one I got, and everybody, it was obviously, but most people have been quite sound with it. But the fact is that although it is Euro 2020 technically, for a year,
but it's going to be in 2021, really, mate. So it's
aye. But I'm not going to get 2020 tattooed on me when it's been a year. But
well, that's true.
You can't go to the pub and have a pint of pound. You can't even go up and sniff your granny. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, what's the point in getting that tattooed, my legs forever?
Listen, but see how even we anomalies or whatever you call it, right? I was in Magaluf last year and I got my favourite Chinese and the Free Tunes tattooed on my back, May's Kitchen, and the phone number underneath it. And it got in the paper, right? We were sitting in Magaluf, right? Fucking forgot, just think nothing out of it. Well, because we all did Daft tattoos, Lido, and just pure stupid shit. And the next minute, my mate across the table went, "That's on the fucking Sun website. They're getting you abuse because the comma was in the wrong place or the apostrophe, whatever it is. Because it's MEIS. And I don't know, they just said, Grado's tattoo gaff. I'm like, what the fuck? Is that, oh no, they've spelt the Chinese's number wrong, do you know what I mean? There's nothing going to be devastated about that, I don't give a fuck.
Aye, I want an advert, mate.
So, Joe, what if we beat England? Are you going to go after not getting on, man, if we beat England?
Mate, fuck it for the boys, Yeah, the thing is, right, yeah, listen, I can be the most sensible person on the planet. See, as soon as I get a dunk in me, mate, it's fucking fair game. I can't. It's no cunt safe.
Joe, cheers for coming on, mate. I appreciate it, man.
No, worries, lads. All the best.
Right, take care, my man. Right, that was cool.
Cheers,
Take care, Joe. See you later, mate. Right, and before we get on to the listener stories, we actually have another special guest today. You've seen the hilarity over the week with players and fans singing along to Baccarat's Yes Sir I Can Boogie. We are joined by Maria herself from Baccarat. Hello.
There we go.
Yay.
Hello. What a beautiful house you've got, first of all. But Maria, how are you? What a feeling it must be. What a week. You are the most talked about female in Scotland, Maria. How does it feel?
I feel fantastic. I feel very good. I was here just more or less sleeping in the home with this coronavirus that you cannot go nowhere. And you are like dead, like a mummy. And now, well, at once, it's non-stop.
You're in demand.
I'm awake.
It's amazing, Maria. But when did you realise? Was it Thursday night or Friday morning? Did somebody get in contact with you? How did you realise that your song Yes, after all the years, has came back with a vengeance, and it's now Scotland's national anthem? And by the way, I heard you talking on the radio the other morning. It was interesting to hear you talk about Andy Considine. You knew him, didn't you?
Yes, I mean, this was the fans and friends what I have. They were starting to call me to tell, come on, I say, what? Well, on the end, I was finding out, going through internet in the computer and looking. And then I was getting in touch with Andy Considine to tell him thank you. And I was also writing to the Scottish Federation to tell thank you so much, because I was nearly dying here. And at once you was making me the most happy woman in the world.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a brilliant story.
It's a beautiful story.
It's unbelievable.
So
but I'm not lying, because with this, I don't know how you are in the UK, here, you are like, they tell me, you go out, no, thank you, no, I stay here, like in a box, you are.
Yeah, well, we're in
all these calls, and all the people calling me, and Mamma mia.
Because Maria, I'll tell you what, you're exactly right. With this coronavirus, everybody is, what we say in Scotland, down in the dumps. We're feeling a bit depressed. But I'm telling you, last week with Scotland qualifying, and your song, it definitely has lifted everybody's spirits, hasn't it, Bob?
It definitely has. It definitely has, because obviously we've been put back into lockdown a little bit, so spirits are very low. But the thing that everybody in Scotland is talking about is just the song "Yes Sir I Can Boogie." So it's just lifted everybody's spirits, and it's all down to you, Maria.
Fantastic. I am so happy. Now I'm since 7 o'clock in the morning already with my hair washed, the makeup, everything clean, my underwear clean. Perfect.
That's superb. Here, Maria, I believe you came to Glasgow in 1978. Is there any plans to come back to Scotland next year and party?
Oh, yeah, we hope so. We hope so. Everybody's asking for us. They must invite us, of course, and I hope so. I will take a flight just now.
Yeah.
That'll be brilliant.
I hope next year. We cross our fingers. I go for Scotland. So they were asking me already in the Spanish press, says, for whom you are going? I say, I'm sorry. But next year, I'm Spanish. They have already 3 cups. I go for Scotland.
And Maria, this is brilliant. But one more. This morning, I use a slow cooker quite a lot. And I'm making a Spanish chicken, right? Tell me if I've done this correctly, okay? Spanish chicken. It's a recipe. Pule, chicken.
Chicken.
Know the birthday song. So I put in chicken thighs, chorizo, tomato, chopped tomatoes, smoked paprika, onions, garlic, white wine. Will that be good at 5 o'clock this evening?
This you will do today?
Yes, I put it in a slow cooker. I smell the aromas if it's in my kitchen.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Be careful. You must make a diet. You don't need too much.
Maria, it's far too late for that with Graham. He's already ate too much. It's too late.
Well, I've got it's piled up. I've got tatties, I've got courgettes, I've got the full biff done, Maria. And I'm going to dedicate my meal tonight. I'm going to say grace to you, Maria, and Baccarat. Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you very much, Maria. Okay.
Thank you.
See you next year. Lots of love. Thank you, bye.
See you in Scotland. Bye.
Yes,
bye, Maria. Thank you so much.
Right, well, that was Maria. Used to go with BFS after this lady, man. Talked to her twice this week, man.
No, I can't. I don't think she remembered me for the first time either.
I don't think she did, mate. I felt quite bad for you. That's a bit of a neck, man. Because you were pure lat looking.
How you doing?
You were pure lat, Maria.
Good to see you again. How are you?
Oh, mate.
Monday.
Mate, I love the way you were pure lat. I mean, I've got the Spanish chicken, and I've got the onion, I've got the chorizo, I've got the red wine, the full bifter.
Well, I thought I'd put a wee fucking exotic twang on it, so she'd maybe understand me.
Aye, well, we all thought that, mate. Get the fucking Spanish, and then she started to go like, Spanish what? You're like, chicken.
Gobble, gobble.
No, she was a good laugh, but she was a good laugh,
man.
right?
Good player, man.
Right.
She reminds me of Margarita Pracacan, man.
She does a bit.
Aye,
she does.
Who we lost this year.
Mate, right. Celebrations, man. Have you done any? You done any mental when Rangers have won a run? You went to Bonkers one night.
I ran on the park when we beat Auchinleck Talbot in the quarterfinals of the OVD Scottish Junior Cup in 1999, and I got on the STV News closet. I ran on the park, pitch invaded me and about 3 other guys. It's quality. I mean, we get told to get off the park after about 2 seconds, but it was a buzz. So, I mean, that's a kind of stupid one for it was a win, but I can't think anything else. Have you done anything?
Mate, no. I was too busy like acting and doing plays and all that when I was younger and all that. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Everybody thinks you're a maddie, but you needed to have your head screwed on. This child
exactly.
And all that. Aye.
It's mad for me. Was going to Ibrox when we won the league at like Helicopter Sunday, Rugby Park, Tannadice. Get to Ibrox with my pals just for a nice wee clap of the players going around the pitch, and then up the road for a wee DVD.
You're off your head. Anyway.
Right, let's get to the listeners. Paul Martin sent us a photo of his nephew who got a tattoo on each thigh. One side says, "Yes, sir, I can boogie Euro 2020," and the other says, "David Marshall, shag me." There we go.
There's more than the one photo. There's plenty of folk that are getting tattoos now then, aye?
Aye.
Okay, well, I got ourselves, man.
It wasn't just Joe. Have we got Paul Martin on the line? No.
Oh, we got Paul Martin?
No.
No,
he's not here. No.
Must be the only person we've not got on this week.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Find them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at G4 Claims Limited.
The Pro Set Playoff is back with piesports.com. You know, with Scottish football fans eating over 1 million pies a year, we'd love to bring some of the real Scottish taste to your home. Scotch pie, steak and gravy, macaroni, the lot. Ordering is done on the website via the Pie Stall page, or you can call the SOS hotline, which is Save Our Savouries. That's 0141 739 9999. Delivery of the pies is currently free of charge to a bunch of postcodes. You'll find them on the website, piesports.com, and deliveries were made either the Friday or the Saturday of the weekend, so you'll have the pies ready for the game. So today, playing for the pies, it's Stephen Kelly. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm good, yourself?
Not bad, mate, not bad. So who would you have a preference of playing?
Toll.
He's not here, mate.
He's on annual leave, mate. He's on annual leave. In fact, here, let me get this right, because I'm here, Stephen, that you're waiting on a PS5 or you're just getting one delivered. Troops, is this the reason why Toll's got us off? Is he waiting on a PS5?
Oh, he ordered his.
That's
Aye. That's right.
Hell, man, he's at it.
So, big man, have you got yours yet? Is it delivered?
I got 2 of them delivered.
Oh, wait, what's you selling the second one for?
What you offering?
Is that what you're doing?
No, the other one's for the wee man.
Aye.
No, mate. Come on, folk listen to this or what here. What's it like? Because folk will want to hear that, won't they? If you can't get the batteries in and that, what's the deal?
I've had the wee blasted Spider, man.
Is it good?
Right.
It's decent so far.
Good.
What's different about it?
More expensive.
Cool, man. Right, so you've not got Toll to play. How are we going to do this? Are you flipping a coin?
I'll flip a coin.
Right.
So the rules are simple. I'll read the description of the footballer from the 91-92 Pro Set card set that I've got here that John has sent me across very kindly, and all you need to do is buzz in with who you think it is. So, Stephen, if you get a buzzer in mind, you got something?
I'll go for Jones after his 7-game ban today.
Right. So you'll be up against Stephen or Grado. I'll flip a coin. Heads, Stephen. Tails, Grado. Flip a coin. Tails, it's Grado.
Grado.
So you're up against Grado. Grado, what's your buzzer going to be?
Big George.
Right, so I'll start this in. So this guy played for Rangers. So he made just 2 league appearances following his £1.5 million move from Dynamo Kiev last season.
Jones.
Yeah.
But I go for Mikhailomichenko.
No, it's the other one.
What's my name again? Fridge? No,
Big George.
Kuznetsov.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll give you all Kuznetsov.
Thank fuck.
So 1-0 to Grado. Next one then, this guy played for Hearts. So he made his league debut for Cowdenbeath in 1982.
Jones! Jones!
Cheers.
Oh, me, Fridge! George Edmondson!
Jones!
Right,
I think I've got it.
I'll go with Grado first, since you shouted yours.
Right, I'll go for you first, and I'll be honest, right, and say if I was going to say that. You go first.
Levine.
Nah, that's not how I was going to say.
Right, okay, well, it's Craig Levine.
It's one each.
Dafty, man.
One each, so here we go.
Who were you going to say, Grado?
I was going to say Davy Weir, but it's fucking... I thought he played with Cowdenbeath, but that'd have been too early for Davy Weir, would it have? I don't know.
Falkirk.
Aye. It's Falkirk, man. Yeah, you're right.
Right, okay, sudden death then. So this guy played for Motherwell. It says he's one of the most exciting and dangerous forwards operating in Scottish football over the last decade. In 12 seasons at Ibrox, he won 3 league titles, 3 Scottish Cups.
George. I did say it first. I swear to God, I did say it first. I've got it here. Listen, I've got it right because I'm not thinking of a striker.
Right, I think Grado, you did get in first, but on you go. Who do you think it is?
No, I'm not saying it because I'm too embarrassed now because I know he's not.
Just say it.
Right, David Cooper.
It is Davy Cooper, mate.
Oh, yeah, fucking answer. I thought when I said winger. No.
No. One of the most.
All right, well, fair dues.
Exciting and dangerous forwards. So Grado takes it 2-1.
I win this everything. Cheers, Stephen, big man. Listen, enjoy your PS5, Biggie, and I hope you make a bit of coin on eBay with your
Just leave your personal details after the show and I'll buy it off you, big man, right?
Nice one. Cheers, Stephen.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot, mate. See you later.
Yes, bye.
And remember, get sorted out with your pies for the games this weekend with piesports.com.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Get them now at notitfaultclaims.com.
Now, please welcome to the show. He is the current Motherwell reserve manager, but he's played football all over the place. I must admit, this guy right here, I'm going to haver a wee bit, right? But Maurice Ross, I don't know, I find it's weird, right? Because we've got Maurice Ross on the show, right? And I remember I watched you play for Rangers. In fact, I actually saw you at the front door at Ibrox when you were a player. You were in your tracksuit at 2:20. And I shouted, Maurice, you playing today? And you shouted no, right? And I just... right?
I'm sorry.
No. But what I'm saying is you were like a boy. You were like a wee boy, right? Mm-hmm. And then fast forward all these years and I see you and you talk well, you talk with intelligence, you've got books in the background right now as we see, and I just see somebody that looks as if they're going to be a very successful manager, and it totally blows my mind because the perception I had of you as a player and seeing you now, and I say I'm quite intimidated. I think you're like, you remember who did we have on the show once? Big Rob Jones, and he would go on about how he was just dead serious about Fitbit, and I see with Maurice, and I love it, and I love listening to him, and that's so we've got Maurice Ross on the show.
That was some intro, so I'm
Would you like that?
I've got books in the background.
But you get what I mean? But is there other folk that are kind of taking it back, like because you're totally switched on? Whether that's because you're exposed quite a lot in the media, and there's other folk like you, but is it a surprise?
No, I think that comes with maturity as well. I mean, when you're 20-year-old, you know, and you're in the Rangers first team, you know, you get carried away with all the extracurricular stuff, if you want to put it that way. But I mean, I've always loved football. I've always been into football. I've always been studious in my approach. But listen, I think if you look back when you were 20, you'd have behaved like a 20-year-old. I mean, I'm coming up for 40 now, and I'm, like, as you touched on it, I'm totally dedicated and immersed within football. And I'm just in a good place. I'm coaching at a brilliant football club. Sorry,
how is things at Motherwell, Maurice? How's it going, mate? The club's in a good place, and I mean, you get good manager, good players, young players. How's it all looking there?
Well, obviously, I mean, you know that we're fan owned. Selling players like David Turnbull and James Scott, you know, we're debt free, which is quite something these days, considering we've only really got like 4,000 fans. Motherwell is exactly what it says in the tin. It's a homely, nice club that look after their own, and we seem to be able to reinvent the first team every year. We end up losing 8 players. We bring in young boys, players from down south. You know, we always feel like we're, no disrespect to the players, but we're signing the raggy dolls. You know, we're signing boys that have maybe been injured or fell at an academy that they've never really had a chance at first team football, and they come up here and they get coached within an inch of their life. And you know, when we sign players for the first 3 months, they're like punch drunk because of the level of detail we're going into the training pitch. But when they get through that kind of 3-4 month period, they seem to really blossom and do well.
Aye, because as you look at the team, like, I mean, we had Keith Lasley on the show a few months ago and talking about David Turnbull and stuff, and obviously he was like your crown jewel to a lot of teams, and you look at him and he's such a talented player. But a club like Motherwell, how hard is that losing a player like that, and then like he moves, and then you've got other players coming in and stuff? How hard is it to replace him?
That's our business model. So we've all signed up to that, and we're actually delighted for the boy. You know, what we do is we offer an environment which is no frills, but you come to work every day and you get coached and you get pushed and you get educated. Now, I'm not just talking about on the football side, but diet and, you know, like any football club, but we take pride in it because that is our basic, that is our currency. We've got to do that because we can't go and spend money. So we take pride in the education side. So you bring boys in that are quick or they're strong or they're 6'2", and like Declan Gallagher. No, Declan Gallagher is a great example that he was at Dundee, went to Livingston, fell out of favour at Livingston so much so that I tried to sign Declan Gallagher to come to the Faroe Islands with me 3 years ago. So I was in dialogue with Declan to take him there. Fast forward 2.5, 3 years, and he's a standout for Scotland because he had raw attributes. We put him on the straight and narrow. We educated him slightly, and he's now looking like he's a first pick for Scotland. So again, to go back to the losing David Turnbull, it's a celebration for us. Us selling David Turnbull keeps our doors open for 2 years.
Totally.
It's really small. So when we do that, you know, the chairman's happy, the manager's not happy per se, but we are confident enough that we can go and find another young lad. And by the way, we've got players in the building, Liam Polworth. Liam Polworth for top clubs in England down the Championship.
He's technically so gifted, him, man. He's a good player, Polworth, man. Every time I see him, he looks a right-handy player. He looks so good with the ball.
He's young. I mean, he's young. I mean, you look at him, you think, he must be 33. But but there's a boy was at Inverness, was always getting his 20 assists a season. The body language was poor, or the running capacity wasn't at maximum. Coming into us, now I'm not saying we're this wonderful thing, but you come into us and the standards are set in stone straight away. You need to play professional football, you need to run. You think about it, if a Premiership midfielder at Manchester United, he's on the ball for a minute, maximum. A minute. So we talk about all this technical training, touches. Football's about decision making. It's about running. It's about moving in sync with your teammates. So it's not just about what's Polworth, because he'll always have talent. If you drop him in the middle of Antarctica, he will still show his talent.
I think you're the perfect guy to ask your thoughts on social media with football players. What's your thoughts on it?
I feel sorry for them, actually.
Right.
I think if you can control it, if you've got someone that controls you, or you're of that level-headed, that it's okay to put you doing the gym and doing positive things, but sometimes the players get battered. And listen, these boys are 23 to 28-year-old or whatever, full of testosterone, fit as anything, can fight for fun, and they've got some wee guy that's goading them, or maybe not even one guy, it could be 1,000 people that goad them into getting that reaction. And that's where I feel it's a bit, for me, if it was me nowadays, I wouldn't be on it. I would come off it, because there's nothing really good comes from it. I think if you do your talking on the pitch, you train well, you play well, you're a good teammate, you're a good person.
Aye. Well, I mean, I've read interviews with yourself in the past where you spoke when you were at Rangers, and sometimes the stick you got for Rangers fans.
Yeah.
Can you pass that on to the young players, like how you dealt with it, and give them advice? Like, would that be something that you do?
It's the thing when you play with Rangers or Celtic. It's strange because you're 21 playing in front of 53,000. You go to a reserve game and there's 38,000 at a reserve game if it's on Ibrox.
Aye.
It's that surreal for me telling David Devine, an up-and-coming Motherwell player, about handling crowd pressure. It's maybe not the same. However, if you keep your nose clean, you train well, and you're a good teammate, and you're graceful when you're beating a team 4-0, and you're respectful. If whatever, it's about teaching them day-to-day values. I think that's more helpful for these young lads, rather than saying, how do you handle playing in 50,000? Because I couldn't handle playing in front of 50,000 people. You maybe say that I did, but it's pressure, man. Oh. Now, just like that ball comes over you and it bobbles. Bobbles happen. You hear half of them, even a quarter of them, groan or mumble. You're slow.
Especially at Ibrox, man. Ibrox, I mean, I've been going to Ibrox for years. Grado's the same, man. It can be a horrible atmosphere sometimes if the game's not going Rangers' way. And I can imagine the pressure on some players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it, though.
No.
That's the beauty of it. That severe, intense pressure of, I better be good today. So when you are good, it's like that raw emotion comes through you. And then, boom, you're 20 minutes after the game, that's gone, and you're now worried about the midweek game against Panathinaikos. So you're in constant fight or flight mode. So it's not natural, to be honest. It's not natural.
How did you find it, like, when you came to Rangers, obviously like, working under Alex McLeish and stuff? What was it like initially when you came to Rangers? Like the dressing room, was it quite daunting for you?
No, really, because, and I've touched on this many a time in an interview, you're indoctrinated. I was indoctrinated when I was about 13, 14-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So you everything, you're constantly tested, constantly. And in their days, it was a wee bit more, how would I say it, colourful, the language the coaches would use. And I don't want to go too much in, but there was all that stuff about, everybody's against you, you've got everybody wants to play against this badge, it's a final every week for the opponent and all that stuff. So you're constantly getting brainwashed into this. And wee things that the club did, the club used to have friendlies on the AstroTurf directly opposite Ibrox. You've got 3,000 people that are up and down there, an hour and a half before kick-off. Then you've got people in the club deck above it. Then you've got people inside the AstroTurf. So, I'm 14-year-old playing in front of maybe 2,000-3,000 people. So it's these wee things are there to put you under pressure. And by the way, there's 14, 15, 16-year-olds that can't handle it. Oof, they're out the door the next part.
It's all character building, isn't it?
Exactly. And by the way, I don't think they stumbled across it. I think that was by design. Just building your character. And by the way, they were brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe this is where academies go wrong nowadays. They try and make things so easy for every player, so simple and so laid out and so sterile. I think to become a Rangers player, you need to be the 1%. So don't pander to the 99. Let's find the one. And I'm talking for Rangers here, but I'm talking about any academy. Aberdeen, Hearts, Motherwell, Man United. Because
survival.
Football's not changed.
Uh-huh.
So I think you've got to put hurdles in front of people, because the people that can get over these hurdles at 16, 17, 18, you better believe it at 35, 40, 60, they'll be overcoming hurdles, because that's the type of character there. Anybody that walks through the door at Murray Park is a talented footballer. But who's the one that's got that gritty determination? Who's the one that's going to do that extra? Who's the one that does 11 push-ups when he's told to do 10? Who's the one that does 9 when they're told to do 10? You can smell them a mile off. Mm-hmm. And I think this is where we need to alter. We feel we have to pander to everyone. But the stats go against it. Focus on the 1 or 2 that are going to get there and try and break them for day one. And because if you do break them, they're no Rangers or Celtic players or Man United players anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true, man.
Maybe a bit black and white, but it's how I see that there's failings in academies across the country.
Did the dressing room bother with you, Maurice, when you were a boy? Obviously, so you had McGregor and Brown and stuff like that. But was there any players that you can remember that went out their way and spotted something and you went, right, I'm going to shield this boy, going to show him the rope, show him what the score is? Have you got any memories of players where you went, oh man, I thank him for that?
Craig Moore was great. Neil McCann was great. Barry, in his own way, was great. Barry was cool to be kind. Never let you let up. If you let up that 1%, bang. So inadvertently, Barry was helpful. But I think the guy that I looked up to was definitely Craig Moore, and Neil McCann was also. I remember Neil McCann in my debut. He played on the right that night. I only played 15 minutes in my debut at Dens, and he came short for me all the time. because the pitch was kind of wobbly and whatnot, he came shot for me all the time. And I said, Neely, thanks for it. Because every time I got it, I just popped it 6-10 yards to Neil. So it went as if I kept the ball, do you know what I mean? So it wasn't like I was under pressure to make a dribble or make a difficult pass. So I always remember that for Neil. I thought that's good emotional intelligence for Neely.
Tell me about an old firm, right? Can you remember your first old firm?
I do actually. It was Celtic Park.
Right. And come on, you're going into Parkhead, 60,000. Obviously, you know about it. You've been smartened up to it. But what's the difference like for that game? You're sitting in the dressing room. How does that feel? How does that feel for you?
It doesn't feel good. It's terrifying.
Do you feel sick?
Sick, nervous, excited. I mean,
shite.
You think about it, Grado. I mean, we're getting up at 7 o'clock for a 12:30 kickoff. We're eating pre-match meal at 8 o'clock. You know, try eating past 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't mind a chicken curry for the night before.
I've done macaroni. At that time.
But no, it's terrifying. I mean, that first game, I was up against Bobby Pettit. And obviously, there's Larsons and all these boys, Petrov, and Neil Lennon, and whatnot. So Celtic were a phenomenal side as well.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal.
Aye.
So for me being up against Bobby Pettit, what I said was I can't get involved in anything other than Bobby Pettit. My whole job was Bobby Pettit. So it was just like there was a laser on Bobby Pettit. And lucky enough, I get Sky Sports Man of the Match and BBC Man of the Match.
I remember that.
And I didn't think I played well since. But I just remember, I mean, I played at Celtic Park a couple of times, and I think it was the following time I played at Celtic Park. I think the next time I played was the Scottish Cup final, and we beat them 3-2. But it was a time at Celtic Park where it was a 12:30 kickoff, and just before we went out, the manager, was Alan McLeish, would just call out the numbers. And obviously, I'm starting, and he just went, Amoruso 5, Moore 6, Ross 7. I'm like, who's 7? Who's 7? I'm like, oh my God, that's Larson.
Oh.
And I just straight away, because I remember I had 2 yogurts and 2 bananas for my breakfast because I couldn't eat pasta, right? And I just felt the water coming down. You know when the water comes down the back of your jaw there?
Aye.
And I went in, sick as a dog, came back out, and I'm leaning against it was the old Celtic tunnel, and I'm leaning against the wall there, and my mum's got the game taped, and the reporter guy says, oh, and there's young Ross looking so calm. You in the ring are kidding on that I'm calm, but no, it's a whirlwind of emotion. It's a crazy. Like I said, it's not natural. It's not natural to try and perform in front of 60,000 people. But brilliant.
No, it's not. Aye, yeah, I remember the Scottish Cup final, man. You're actually you're on the photo, my boy there, man. Just
was it the Scottish Cup final or was it the CIS Cup?
No, mate, this is the Scottish Cup final, the 3-2 game, man. After Barry scored the free kick, you're in the background running there to congratulate him. I remember that day well, man.
Hey, Maurice, how does it feel being hung up on Chelsea Bold Forever City's wall? That isn't natural. That's not natural. How do you feel about that?
Privilege.
You don't seem to be a guy that watches much River City, I don't think, do you?
No, I don't think he is, mate.
I actually don't watch much TV.
That wouldn't surprise me, man. That doesn't surprise me. Tell him, what do you like today? I don't see you as a fisher. I can see you being a bit of a chef. I can see you walking about your kitchen with a wee glass of Malbec or something like that. Is that your kind of? Is that what you like today?
I do love that. I like. I love watching documentaries.
Mate, I'm your guy. I'm your documentary guy.
You're watching The Undoing, isn't it?
Oh, mate, that's what I'm... Mate, what did I say to you last night in the voice note? The Undoing?
That's true.
Mate, I watched episode 4 last night, and I sent Grado a voice note, said that's what me and my wife are sitting watching. It is really... It's good telly, man. That is good telly.
The problem with The Undoing is I've watched it kind of through Gogglebox. I've been watching folk on the telly watch it, so it's kind of spoiled it for me.
What are you doing that for?
Because I love Gogglebox. I love Gogglebox.
That's just... No, it's pure pish,
What's your favourite documentary?
I think of late it would need to be the Michael Jordan.
Oh, mate, there's. I don't think I've seen a better documentary than that. I don't honestly.
No, I have the Jinx. The Jinx blows that out the water. The
What's
Jinx.
that?
The Jinx, Robert Durst. He's a multi-millionaire in Manhattan, right? And he says basically he has all the money in the world, but it never brings him happiness, right? So on HBO, what happens is he killed all these folk, right? Years ago, but he got away with it. So HBO did an interview with him, and what he does, he ends up grassing himself in all the 6 episodes, and it's tremendous.
Wow.
You need to watch. You'd love it. You'd love it.
That does sound good.
You've not seen the Jinx? Have you not seen the Jinx?
No, I've not seen it, mate. No.
That sounds pretty cool. By the way, have you watched the Iceman, Richard Kukinski?
Aye, mate, I've seen that.
I've
that.
not.
That is good. That. Aye, you have. We not spoke about that.
What was that one?
No, I don't.
Just when you're talking about in New York and people killing each other.
No, I mean murder documentaries are my go-to. I love murder documentaries, but that's what I can. So you like watching documentaries?
Maurice, tell us, how did the move to Norway come about?
Honestly, I went to Millwall. I went down south. Went to Millwall for a year, and Jackie McNamara was just coming back for his cruise shoot, so I was there to kind of be the right back when he was injured. When he then came back, there was no enough money on the budget for 3 right backs to be there. So I then went to Millwall, got injured, just didn't take to the place at all. And when I got back fit, my agent says, "You fancy doing something abroad?" And I went, "Yep, let's go straight away." And that was it. Went straight to Norway, played at a good club, Viking Stavanger, finished third, played in Europe. Great experience. I think Charlie Miller did it, Robbie Winters did it. Brilliant experience.
Did you bump into Charlie Miller when you were in Norway, no?
Pardon?
Did you bump into Charlie Miller when you were
Charlie was there before I got there. So when I was going, Charlie was just finishing up, but Robbie was still there. But obviously the way Norway set out, it was 5 hours on a by bus or by car, and only like 25 minutes on a flight. So only really seen him when we played them.
Aye.
But a brilliant experience, and any young player that's got a chance to go abroad, they should go and take it.
Definitely.
Is that where you could? Is that where you become? I'm just trying to remember. Did you become a manager when you were in Norway?
Yeah, I managed for 4 years in Norway.
Do you think if you still played here, that would have still been the case? That would have been the way your path went, or do you think?
Yeah,
what took for you being in Norway? Like, do you know what I mean?
I think if I'd stayed in Scotland, I would have probably coached at the club I was at, my last club. You see that route into football all the time. I'd have been started taking sessions with the youth team, and I'd have followed that kind of route, I think. But the good thing about doing it on your own is you make your own mistakes being a manager. So you're kind of in charge of your own destiny, so to speak. So what I did was I made a plan for myself. So I had 4 years in Norway. So year one, I said, right, I'm going to go and play 4-2-3-1. And then once I understood the kind of intricacies of that, I then moved. The following year says I'm going to go 4-3-3. And luckily enough, we got double promotion and back to back. And then I moved on to what's deemed kind of a more successful club in that league. Finished third, played 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 4-3-3 on the 1 year. And then when I went to the Faroe Islands, I said, right, the formation that I want to really now focus on, because I felt like I had a good handle on 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1, was 3-5-2. And yeah, so I've went away. I've kind of been in boot camp, so to speak, because nobody cares about Norway. Because when I came back, I won the league in Norway twice and won the cup in the Faroe Islands, people like that. So
Aye.
What I've done is I've gained a kind of database of knowledge of all these different formations. That when I went for my interview at Motherwell, it was a 45-minute chat with the manager and Keith Lasley, etc., and then a 45-minute training session. So that 6-7 years allowed me to go in at that kind of that invitation to Motherwell and nail the interview. So that is how I got in the door, because you don't get Stevie Robson's not going to, he doesn't suffer fools gladly. So if you're not up to it, I wouldn't have got the job. So I was really grateful to get into Motherwell, and yeah, the rest history, so to speak.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be unfair and go like that. What do you want to do with your managerial career? Because I know you're still at Motherwell, but when I sit and I listen and talk to you, I think, man, this guy's going to be a mega manager. I Just not. You've got to be a mega manager. And I can't be the only one that's saying this, putting your ears up. But maybe I'm all right. One day you'll go like, you know, it's Grado that told me I was going to do it. You know what I mean? It was getting fit by Daft, man, and he says, man, I'll manage in the Premier League. But surely there's somebody else in your lug going like that, man. You've got it. You're strict. You're a bit intimidating. You like documentaries. You cook. You've got all the gifts of the gab. You've got it. You've got all the tools in the locker.
The fact that I have done it, even at a smaller level, it's still the same situations you're putting yourself in, just with different. It's still the same skill set. Right now, I thought I was a good manager on the 5-6 years that I'd done that. But now coming into professional level with Stephen Robinson, Keith Lasley at Motherwell, it's more than just managing players. It's managing up, it's managing expectation, it's managing fans, it's managing groundsmen, it's managing every single thing. And if I think football chooses you, Grado. I really do. I think you don't choose it, it chooses you. So if I am performing at a level that someone sees me and deems me a right option in time, by the way, I'm saying in time because I've got, I would say, a duty to perform for Motherwell and the manager. And if the right time comes when I'm 44, 45, whatever, and there's time, something opens up, then great. And if not, then, you know, I feel my abilities, my natural abilities on the grass and educating people.
And I see you in the dugout, man. You're going to be a manager very soon, I think, man, definitely.
And we alluded to talk on the carry on with a couple of weeks on in BBC where you were on and you were giving your opinions, and then it ended up becoming a bit of articles and papers and being brought up at press conferences. Are we allowed to talk about that?
The lawyers would say no.
You're getting bothered because I think, man, you're only speaking the truth. I think you would be honest. It doesn't matter what team. I think you're just a brutally honest guy. Obviously, you've been told that
it is
you're
one
not
of
in a position to comment, but I think
it is one of my traits that I do like to. I can sleep at night saying that I've given an honest appraisal on something. Whatever that subject may be, I'm going to be honest on it. You know, I always feel like don't ask somebody's opinion if you don't want their opinion. But too often in life, I think people don't want your opinion. They want your opinion to be the same as their opinion.
Aye, whatever your opinion is going to be, a lot of people they've already got a headline made. It's the world we live in now. Whatever you talk about, if me and Grado were talking about it a while ago, you speak to like the newspapers, whatever. We do it with. I do it with my job, Grado does it with his, you do it with yours. They've already got a headline made. Do you know what I mean? No matter what you say, and they just take out of that what they want to take out of it. And I think, along with like social media and everything, the modern day world is full of that now. Do you know what I mean?
It's up to me to yeah. I mean, I'm 39. I'm still learning what's right and what's wrong.
Aye.
Listen, I'm not by far the finished article. So, like I said, everything's. I'm talking to players every day about learning, and I'm still learning. So it's a journey I'm on, and I'm just loving being, you know, back in Scotland on shows like this, being able to. You're giving me a platform to show how I think and what I feel. So it's I'm just grateful to be back in top flight football again.
What do you think of the, obviously being an ex-Ranger, Maurice? What do you think of the current state of Rangers at the moment? What are you thinking?
I think it's as good as it's been since Walter Smith.
Aye,
100%. Aye,
I see. Do you know when you know it's good at either one of the clubs? And I'm talking, and I'm putting this out here, whether Rangers or Celtic. There's no noise coming out Ibrox.
Aye.
There's no noise. Aye. It's just turn up, win, go up the road. Turn up, win, go up the road. No noise, no speculation. It's business. Aye. That's what it seems like this year.
It certainly does.
It does. And
I don't know how you feel as fans. I'm sure you feel the same. There's a
I feel.
Kind of
era. 100%, man, and it is.
That's what we're talking
about.
We don't feel like this as Rangers fans. I don't think it's been as this like
since 2011.
And it's the drama. There's no drama. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, definitely.
Drama. Do you know what I'm saying? It totally is.
It still gives me the fear, but I mean, it is every week, man. I'm so.
Well, that's the beauty of it, though, isn't it?
Aye, it is definitely. I was saying to Grado earlier before you came on, it's like McLeish back in the McLeish days, and O'Neill days, where Ding dong battle. Celtic are playing this weekend and the Saturday. You're keeping an eye on that. Then we are playing Aberdeen the Sunday.
Earlier when I said about you've got that 20-minute period after a game where you're elated that you've won, and then you go, "Oof, we've got Kelly during the week." Oof,
exactly.
So it's short-lived. It's constant.
That's what I always think about. See, when I see, that's what I get. Kind of freaks me out a bit when I watch Rangers, right? Because the momentum scares me a wee bit. Do you know that way? Where I'm like, momentum's good, but then I'm like, will they be up for it on Wednesday night? Will this be the same? Do you know what I mean? Is something going to happen? That must be hard for a football. Is it hard for a football player? Is it no? Because you want to win, but it's every couple of days you need to be boom. This is a cup final this season. Do you know what I mean?
It's mentally draining, and that's why you need a big squad, because some players are not capable of playing 3 games a week for a season. That's where I think if you look at the subs 2, 3 and 4, they're good options all the time. I mean, we played Celtic a few weeks ago. I mean, their subs were Encham, Edward, and I can't remember the other one. And you're like, unbelievable subs. And so when you're seeing Rangers, the subs are now Morelos sometimes. Defoe.
Exactly.
It's proper options. You know, you can rest Kent one bit and play Davis. You know, it's fantastic. So it's going to go right to the wire. I really think it'll go right to the wire.
It definitely is exciting, isn't it? It makes it spices it right up. But Mo, it's been good talking to you. Right, before we get to the quiz, I want to ask you, right? So your playing career, right? 10 years down the line, right? When you're a manager and somebody asks you, what was your proudest moment in your playing career? What was the best? I mean, maybe not your proudest moment, the best day in football. Is that a question? Best day in football, proudest day. You know what I mean?
I'm really not being a sycophant here, right? I'm not. But just playing for Rangers, period.
Aye.
That was it.
Aye.
No winning cup finals, of course they're special, but just being there for 8 years and being part of something that was special. For me, I never thought I'd play for Rangers. I tried, I hoped, and I did everything I could, but I never thought I would. And then to be part of it for 8 years, it's something that's...
Mate, that's a great answer.
That's a great answer, man, when you think about it.
That is a great answer.
It's a genuine answer. It's not something I'm not trying to pander to people or anything. Really, no.
No, totally, man. Totally, I get that. I mean, obviously Rangers are a massive club and you were part of a very successful Rangers time, man. So,
and there's no many... Think of the amount of players that come through, and that's, you know, there'll be players that's their sole goal in life. I want to play for this team. But no even that, because, you know, you brought up a Dundee United supporter, but it's that kind of... It's like me... It's like one, do you know what I mean? Being in a programme and going with loads of... Like, say, for example, Bob, you go on The Sopranos, right? That although that you've spent all the years in Norway City, right? Just you saying you've been in The Sopranos, it's kind of like that, isn't it?
Mate, if I get on The Sopranos, you'll never see me again. I'm off. I'm off, mate.
It's a prequel coming, that's what I'm saying. You are like you're like a cross between Joe Pesci and wee Jimmy Cranky. So you'd be perfect in the fucking prequel to Sopranos. I can see it.
Richie April.
There we go, man. I'll take that. All right, we'll end on that note, right? Maurice, every week on Football Daft, we put our guest football knowledge to the test with our 90-second quiz. You up for it?
Aye.
Right, we've got John Sutton and Chick Young are joint top with 15. Mark Wilson and Keith Lasley are tucked in behind with 14, while the good doctor Kenny Duker and Kevin Harper just behind in third place with 13. Other selected scores include Jonathan Watson on 9, Ross McCrory on 6, Mick Supart-Linen on 3, and we've got the Falkirk manager and Andy Little, Falkirk manager David McCracken and Andy Little at the bottom of the league with 1 point.
I'm terrible.
You need to beat Keith Lasley, didn't you?
I'll not beat Lasley. Lasley's got unbelievable knowledge on...
He's good, man.
He was. But it's 90 seconds, Maurice, and you need to give an answer. You can't pass.
Okay.
All right, mate. Right, Ryan, you got 90 seconds on the clock?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
Right, you ready, Maurice?
Yep.
Right, here we go, mate. Which league do Bristol Rovers compete in?
League 2.
In which year did you sign for Beijing?
2010.
Who is currently top of the goals and assists table for the Scottish Premiership?
Tavernier.
How many Scottish Cups have Hearts won? 6 or 8?
6.
How many different clubs has Maurice Ross played for?
14.
Which club did Alex McLeish manage next after Rangers?
Birmingham.
Who is the current captain of St Mirren?
McGinn.
How many points does Scotland have in the current Nations League group?
10.
What nationality is the new Rangers signing Bongani Zungu?
Nigerian.
Who played in goals for Rangers in that 2005 Scottish Cup final you scored in? League Cup final you scored in?
Vaterus.
From which club did Rangers sign Nacho Novo?
Dundee.
Who is the shirt sponsor of Motherwell?
Oh, I better get this right.
Oh,
Oh my god. Pay something.
Time.
Oh, give you. Right,
Is
all right.
it time to answer
Aye,
the question?
pay.
Aye.
Pay. What rhymes with chair?
Terrible. I
Right,
don't know,
well,
honestly.
right, Ryan. There we go, mate. What's the scores in the dollars, Ryan?
6, 7. I'm going to give him 7 for that. 7. 7.
Right, so mate, that's 7's no bad.
What was the incorrect answers?
So we'll go through them. So it was League One for Bristol Rovers, 2010 for Beijing. You got James Tavernier. It was 8 Scottish Cups for Hearts. I had wrote down 11 clubs, but you were very confident at 14, so I gave you it because you know better than me. Birmingham City, you got Kyle McGuinness as the captain of St Mirren. 10 points for Scotland. Bongani Zungu as South African. You got Vaterus, you got Dundee, and it was Paycare for the Motherwell shirt sponsor, Paycare.
PayPal at my head. I know it wasn't.
See what you've done there.
But mate, 7's a decent 7 they got Ryan. That's all right. 7's all right.
Yep, 7.
There we go, mate. Know what I mean? Wasn't he one, mate? Know what I mean? Wasn't he like David McCracken and Andy Little, mate? Know what I mean? Right. Maurice, honestly, thanks for giving up your time, mate, and coming on. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Right, mate, that was Maurice Ross. What an episode. I just want to say, man, like for any that are listening, we obviously get players on every week, right? And we can have a laugh with them. And some of them could be quite intimidating, right? And you sit here and you shite yourself what you're going to ask. Are you talking a lot of rubbish? Do you sound like a buffoon? That was, for me, that was mega intense. No that I didn't enjoy it, man. I thought, I swear to God, you just said there, Bob the New, Maurice Ross has got a presence. And I hope that gets across to the folk that are listening and are going, check you to shite bags fear. It's not that we were fear. He just did have that kind of aura about him.
I didn't want to sound like, I don't know, it was like you're going, this guy has got something about him, man, where you don't want to sound like a clown. Because he was like, he's driven, he knows what he's capable of, he knows, he's been about the game, he knows football, he knows football inside out. See him, he's sitting going through, and he's in the Faroes, and he's in Norway, and he's playing a 3-5-2, a 3-4-3, a 4-3-3. He's like kind of schooled himself in the game. Aye. And I can't believe, like, no disrespect, like back in the day, Maurice Ross would say to himself, he was never one of the pure standouts, but now you're looking at him going, this guy's got something about him, do you know what I mean? The most intense intellectual interview I think we've had on this show. I
know, because like, see how even I'm asking, behavioural issues, I didn't mean like behaviour.
No, I was funny, mate. I know what you meant.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and behavioural issues we don't sign, and obviously, like, that's the way he is, and it's cool, but it's cool. Fair play to him, man. Fair play to him, definitely, man. Motherwell should be lucky that they've got somebody like that there dealing with.
Definitely.
He is somebody. He's no too new school and he's no too old school. I love the way he was going on about that, about the focusing on the 1%, and you need to survive.
That was kind of spine tingling, man. That was quite goosebumps material. That. It was. But I mean, you're looking at it. You've had Maurice Ross and Joe who got the tattoo. I mean, we've covered all bases today.
And yes, sir.
And Maria, who says you don't want to eat too much, huh?
Which reminds me,
is she Italian now? Eh?
I know, mate. I don't know, mate. Maurice Ross has ended me today, man.
I also say as well that we see how when the one for Backer come on right and I introduced her, I totally forgot the song. I'm like that. I went, Maria Mendiola, who is famous this week. Hello, how are you doing? I pure forgot the song, man. But Toes missed a belt of the week, you know?
Aye, he has.
Anyway, this is Football Daft. Ryan's been top left. I've been top right. It may not come across like this on YouTube or wherever you watch this on your platforms. Thank you for watching Football Daft. Hit the like button, subscribe, download us, give us a wee tweet and see what you thought about the Maurice Ross interview, because I'd like to interact with you on Twitter and see how we go on with it. That was Football Daft with Maurice Ross and plenty of other guests. Right there.
Audio Frontier.